Attorney-at-law Christopher Townsend, who represented both men, says the quality of the footage captured can make a huge difference in court cases. The men were accused of shooting inside a car at a gas station in Glendevon, St. James, which left one man dead. One of the pieces of evidence was surveillance footage of the area, which showed the brothers committing the act. However, they were found not guilty after no case submission, as it was found that they could not be identified with absolute certainty by the witnesses. In addition, other eyewitnesses gave conflicting evidence. Mr. Townsend states that the CCTV system can be very useful as a crime-fighting tool, but some basic requirements must be met.
The problem that we had with this particular footage is the quality of the footage, and of course, there is technology that certainly I know about that could enhance it in a particular way where you can actually make a positive identification. So our government needs to invest in this kind of technology if it is that they're going to do this kind of rollout for cameras for the detection of crime. We must not just only put up cameras, but put up good cameras so that we can effectively detect crime. And so when it is tested, you don't have this kind of problem.
He also has recommendations for non-government entities which use their systems privately or to plug into the Jamaica Eye program.
For private persons, it is a caution that when you're going to purchase cameras for the purposes of surveillance, try and purchase cameras that can pick up sharp images and can produce images where identification can be made.
And Mr. Townsend highlights the issue of CCTV footage in the court system and why it is not as straightforward as members of the public believe it should be.
We don't have a system that accepts look-like. You must make a positive identification. So it can't look like the person because we run the risk of an innocent person being convicted because they look like, say, for example, me. So one of the problems that they had is that one of the assailants was described as being of a certain height and portly, meaning that he's kind of stout, which would, of course, describe me. And, of course, I made that comment to the judge that anyone who is of that size and shape could have been identified as the assailant. And, of course, that would be wrong because we run the risk of convicting innocent persons. So that kind of identification is frowned upon by our justice system.
Sasha Lee Hamilton, Frontline News.